It is seed saving day here on the farm, and I am super excited about this because in today's episode, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna be saving this cilantro seed now that we got it dried. We showed you how we harvested it, we show you how we grow it, but now it's time to save the seeds. And now we're gonna show you the full process of how we get it cleaned, because I'll tell you what, in its current state, it's pretty unwieldy, but it's gonna be a fun one. We've got 3 full tarps of cilantro seed here, and they've been drying in the barn now for about 5-6 weeks, and we've been slowly pulling it out of the fields and basically letting it dry here as the plants matured their seed pods. And we basically just been kind of stacking it up loosely so there's still good airflow throughout there. And then as they've been harvested in batches, we've been just putting it on the tarp in those batches. So we've got 3 full tarps of cilantro seed, all the same variety, and all this seed, shameless plug, is gonna end up over at migardener.com. So you gotta go check this out. If you want seed and you want the best quality seed at the most amazing price possible, go check out migardener.com. I guarantee you're gonna love it. So with that being said, let's get started here because I gotta get this stuff stomped. So if you're just doing this at your house, you could just take the seed pods here and give them a smack and a grab and a grip, and the seeds will just naturally fall off from cilantro because they are on the outside of the plant. You don't have a tomato where the seeds are inside the fruit. These are just hanging outside where they formed. And oh my gosh, makes me want tacos. All right. So basically you could just take them and just roughhouse these plants here. Give them a little, give them a little, one of those things. That's a great way of getting the seed off, but also it can get a little bit messy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these seed pods here, I'm gonna throw them on top, I'm gonna take this tarp, and then basically I'm just going to stomp on them because otherwise stuff kind of goes everywhere. All right, let's get this stuff all stacked up. So now we got our big pile of cilantro all piled up here. And we have an empty tarp. In the empty tarp is a bunch of cilantro seed. So we are going to dump this stuff in because this is all the stuff that just kind of freely fell off the plant. Look at all this. Oh my gosh. There's so much in here. Look at all that. There we go. Now we're gonna take this and throw this on top. And now, like I said, this is where the fun part begins. This is where we can we can just walk all over this stuff. And because it's underneath a tarp, it's a whole lot more manageable. So this is just kind of a time-consuming, painstakingly slow job of essentially, I feel like I'm almost like a grape crusher trying to get these out. And what I've been doing is I've just been kind of taking the plants and their bundles, and then I lay them flat on the ground. It's like this is a bundle right here. I lay them flat on the ground, and I kind of just take a little tiptoe to them, a little dainty tiptoeing. Seems to release the seed really well. I know you're probably wondering, aren't you crushing the seed below your feet? And the answer is, there might be a few that do get crushed. Those are gonna get cleaned out when we winnow them in a second. Oh, let's be real, maybe not a second. I still have to do all these. But there are gonna be some that do get crushed, but they'll get winnowed away. So I'm not really worried about the 5 or 10 that get crushed. I'm worried about the 200,000 that I'm gonna save because this is a lot of plant material here. And to go in by hand and do this is doable, but you poke your hands 100 times, which is not fun, and it's a even slower process than just stepping on them. Alrighty, so we are all done, and well, done with this pile. I still have quite a bit more on this tarp, but Let's put it this way. That took about an hour to stomp all that, and I'm sweaty. So we're gonna just bundle all this stuff up now on the tarp and get it mostly cleaned. Get it mostly cleaned for taking to the seed shop. Chewy, that's dusty. That's a lot of seed. Oh my gosh. So because this is so dusty, I'm gonna put this in the wheelbarrow. We're gonna take it outside. Otherwise, I might actually die. So I'm gonna, it's a lot of seed. We're gonna take this outside. All right, so here's the big reveal. Let's see how much we got. This is just from, like I said, this is from about 60% of what we had. So I'm kind of just shaking it and lifting it to get it to all go into the wheelbarrow here. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of seed. All right, there we go. Look at that. So now we are left with a lot of chaff. So what we're gonna do is take this in the wheelbarrow downwind and do this. What this is gonna do is it's going to balance the seed because we wanna get all of this stuff out as much as possible. There we go. All right, let's take it where this, I'm gonna take this over by the burn pile. So this is by far the most painstaking part, which is separating out all this chaff. Now, as we get closer, what we can do is we can winnow using the wind. That means that as the wind blows, we can essentially just drop this like this, and the heavier seeds will fall, whereas the larger material will blow as it is. The problem is we still have a lot of very heavy debris. And because we have a lot of very heavy debris, I need to kind of just rake through with my hands, give it a good bounce to get those seeds to fall. We'll throw that in our burn pile. All right, so now, as my grandma would say, we're using our noggin. I had just a little bit of this expanded sheet metal that I had laying around, and because I am a gardener, that also makes me a hoarder. And because I'm a hoarder, I didn't have to buy it. So what I'm doing is I'm just using this because it's got a decently small grate that as I shake it, it allows the seed to fall through, but not a lot of this twiggy plant material that is really messing me up here. And allows me to really go through it in a fast way. And if I do it up high enough, all the lighter chaff, as you can see, is blowing away in the wind, which is actually doing a twofold process. I'm getting rid of the large material and the small material at the same time. So we're just gonna sit there one more time just for good measure, but as it is basically ready to go into seed packets. It could use a tiny bit more cleaning, which we'll do at the shop with a box fan. It's a lot more precise, but we'll do the exact same thing that we're doing right now. And that way the wind is nice and consistent and we can really get this super clean. But as it is, like I said, this is like 97, 98% clean, ready to go into seed packets. So if you wanna get this variety is known as Calypso. You can check it out over at migardener.com. We'll have this variety. We also have Leisure Splits. We have Slow Bolt. We have a variety called Confetti. So many awesome varieties of cilantro and other vegetables, heirloom vegetables nonetheless, over at migardener.com. Definitely go check it out. You know, support the farm, support what we're doing for seed saving, and get some amazing seeds for your garden. So you can't get much fresher and better than this. This is kind of like, when you go fishing and they do a catch and cook right on the boat. This is like I mean, it came right off the farm. You're watching this and it's gonna be in the seed store in 2 days. So I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, this is Luke from the My Gardener channel, reminding you to grow bigger. Take care, everyone. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting mygardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care.